In this video, I want to fix the remodeler's mistake by moving our fence from here to line it back up with our neighbor's back fence, but also give us extra room in our yard and enough room to build a lean-to for storage of the mower and other things. Now when this was remodeled, they may not have put the fence to match up with the neighbors because of all the bush that was in the way and a few stumps, but I was going to put in the work to make it happen. It was late last summer that I started the brush removal and moving of the fence, but it was early spring when I finally started the lean-to. The posts need to be set to accommodate 8-foot long fence panels that we'd be putting in. Our shed pole barn happens to be 24 foot long, so the layout of everything works out perfect. To keep the lean-to squared up with the building, it's going to make the fence go a little crooked. After setting the posts, I cut them to height and notched them for a 2x6. Next, it was time to install the 2x6 that the lean-to would be resting on. After figuring out where I wanted the lean-to to mount to the building, I set up a line to start cutting the metal. For this portion, I used a metal cutoff wheel. Next, I needed to make a few adjustments for where I was going to place my 2x6 across the framing of the pole barn. The next step right here is to add a 2x6 to the vertical post of the pole building. The next thing I needed to do was add a 2x4 above the top cut of the metal. This 2x4 is for the flashing to rest against when it transitions from behind the siding to the top of the lean-to roof. Because of this opening that is left by the siding ridges, we need to add another layer of 2x6. That came probably a foot from the camera. That would not have been good. I did use joist hangers to improve the strength, and also you can see my notched cuts were not perfect, but it works. Sometimes 1x material is used to attach the roof panels, but I ended up using 2x4s just for another way to make it a little stronger. I had to cut off about a 1/2 inch of material to make room for the ridge on the roof panels. Now the top edge of our lean-to is finished off with the flashing, making it waterproof. I had extra flashing that I used to make this corner a little more sealed from the weather, and it is by no means an example of how to properly do it. After I finished the lean-to, I installed fence panels that attached to the lean-to post to finish off our back fence all the way across the yard. If you'd like to see how fence panels like this get installed, watch the recommended video. I knew the roof and the fence together would block off a lot of light under the lean-to. That is why I installed these clear polycarbonate panels, which help make up for that loss of light. And now it is great to have this extra storage to free up space in our shed.